Here's a sheet pan meal that's sure to impress. It's umami chicken, glazed Brussels sprouts, stuffed mushroom caps, and fried potatoes. It takes about an hour to make, but it's really straightforward and mostly hands off. I hope you're hungry. So the first thing I'm going to do is get out about 6 or 8 medium potatoes, enough for 2 people, me and Kyle. Then I'm going to peel all those potatoes. I'm going to rinse them, and then I'm going to cut them into 1/8 of an inch half moons. These are going to end up getting microwaved in a bowl that's large enough to toss them around in, with about 2 tablespoons of butter and enough salt and pepper to taste. You're going to microwave them 2 minutes, toss them around, microwave them 2 more minutes, toss them around, microwave them 2 more minutes. While your potatoes are in the microwave, you're going to preheat your oven to 400 degrees and then line a baking sheet with nonstick foil. And now you're going to want to go ahead and prepare your chicken. I use boneless, skinless chicken thighs. You can either rinse however much you need on demand, or you can rinse the whole package all at once and store it in the fridge until you're ready to use it again. Once your potatoes are done from the microwave, you're going to add them to one side of the sheet pan, and then you're going to take 4 boneless, skinless chicken thighs, put them on the other side of the sheet pan, and cover them with about 1/4 cup of Umami Tamari Splash by Sanjay on both sides, and brush it real good. And then you're going to bake this whole thing at 400 degrees for 20 minutes. That's baking for the first 20 minutes, you're going to go ahead and prepare your Brussels sprouts, about 2 pounds. Put them in a bowl. You can reuse your potato bowl if you want. Rinse them off really good. And then Brussels sprouts are kind of tedious, but you basically peel off all of the outer layer, and then you trim the stem off, and then you slice all of these little bad boys in half and transfer them to a different bowl that doesn't have your butter, salt, pepper, water in it. Once your chicken is done, you're going to want to have a glass bowl handy to dump out the drippings, and you're going to save those drippings for ramen or something on a different night. But you go ahead and transfer the chicken to a separate container like a plate and set it aside to rest and reincorporate its juice while you finish preparing your Brussels sprouts. For the Brussels sprout glaze, you're going to need a couple tablespoons of unsalted butter, salt and pepper to taste, a little drizzle of balsamic vinegar, some maple syrup, and then you're going to microwave it for 2 minutes. Then finally, you're going to add them to one side of the baking sheet with the glaze on top of that, and leave some room for the mushroom caps. Here's everything you need for the stuffed mushroom caps. I should have prepared the mushrooms first because you have to microwave those as well to get some of the juices out before you bake it. And had I done that first before preparing the filling, they would have been cool enough to handle, but I'm doing this in backwards order. Here's the filling. It is 4 ounces of cream cheese, and then you go ahead and nuke that before you add anything else, but I almost messed up. And then we'll add some Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, crushed garlic. I like this brand here, or you can just use garlic powder, and you stir it all up and set it aside until you're ready to stuff your mushroom caps. You're going to need about 8 button or baby bella mushrooms, and you're going to rinse each one of them under the faucet and scrub the dirt off with your fingers. And then you're going to pop off every one of the stems, like the 8 of them that you're using, until you see like a nice little hole to stuff it with cheese. And then after you pop the stems off, you're going to nuke these mushrooms for 2 minutes. Once again, should have done this before I made the cheese, but it's all right. Then you're going to dump the mushroom brine into that ramen stock that we're saving, and then nuke it for 1 more minute and dump the ramen stock again, and then put your little mushrooms in the middle of the pan, stuff them with your filling, and then top each one of those with a little piece of that Bella Rosa Gouda cheese. And finally, you're going to bake this for 30 minutes, pulling it out and stirring it after the 20-minute mark. And then you're going to go ahead and cut up your chicken while you're waiting for this to bake, and serve it all together and be so satisfied and pleased with yourself. You did a great job.